Whoop. Hello, William. Good to see you. Hi, Gail. All right. Now I touched my phone and now it's not standing still anymore.
Hello.
If you all have a strap or like a necktie or something, go ahead and grab that because we will use those tonight. And we're going to start lying down on our backs. I had my picture bigger earlier. It was kind of what happened. Okay, so everyone lie down on your back. And if you have a strap or like a dish towel or a napkin, all of that will work. So we're gonna start off just nice and quietly. Here we go. So as you're lying on your back, think about, sort of the same check-in that we do when we're seated. So you're gonna rock your head side to side, see if you can find the center of the back of your head, and then maybe lift your shoulders up, and then see if you can get them sort of even on the right and left. And maybe you even slide your feet in to readjust your spine and your lower back, and then slide them back out again. Let your hands come down by your side. And we're going to take a big, deep inhale. And you should be able to feel your rib cage start to press into the floor beneath you. And then exhale slowly everything out. Take another big inhale, feeling your rib cage expand as your lungs fill up with air. And then exhale everything out. One more. Breathe in deeper. Take a little sip of air, hold that breath at the top, and then exhale everything out. We're going to slide our right foot onto the mat and then slide your left foot onto the mat. So your knees are pointing up to the ceiling and your feet are both planted on the mat. Now we're going to slowly windshield wiper our knees side to side. And your arms can be out in a T, or they can be in a cactus shape or down by your side. My one hand is holding my mic. So gently rock side to side. Just a few more times. And then come back to center with your knees pointing up to the ceiling. Stay where you are. I'm just checking the sound on my phone. Perfect. Okay. So with your strap or your towel, oh gosh, sorry about that. Whatever you have handy, you are going to draw, oh my gosh, your right knee into your chest. There we go. So you're going to draw your right knee into your chest. Your left foot is on the floor. Just your fingers right now interlaced over your right shin. And start to rotate your right ankle in one direction. And then rotate the right ankle in the other direction. From here, take your strap or your towel, or maybe you have a scarf, and you're going to take it around the ball of your right foot. And then start to press your right leg, straightening it as much as you can, letting the strap come down on either side, and you should be able to rest your arms on the ground. So we're going to start here, checking in, seeing how bend and straighten the leg, see how it feels. If it feels good for you, you can think about extending the left leg out. This makes you a little more wobbly, so if you feel like you're starting to lose your balance, go ahead and keep that left foot planted on the ground. Once you have your right leg to where you think you're comfortable with it, you can start to walk your hands up the strap. Now, if you don't have a strap, just place your hands on the backs of your legs, anywhere on the back of your leg. Start to guide the leg towards you. The strap gives you a little extra leverage. Breathing here, feel a big stretch through the back of your leg. If you want, explore engaging your belly button and rolling your chin towards your chest and your nose closer to your knee. Seeing if you can, with the strap or with your hands, bring your face closer to your leg and stretching through the back of your leg. And then slowly roll your head back down on the ground. Place the strap in your right hand and slowly open your leg out to the right. Holding on to the strap. I have a guest. So holding on to the strap with your right hand, your strap is still over the ball of your feet, or as you see, I switched to a scarf. Open your leg out to the right. Now, if your left foot is on the ground, keep it there. If your leg is extended, experiment with that. I like to have my left arm open. It helps me with my balance because you're still trying to keep both shoulders and both hips evenly on the ground. Maybe you flex your foot, pressing the ball of your foot, your heel, stretching through your inner thigh. You can bend your right knee and straighten your right leg, playing around, seeing how this feels for you. And the point of using the strap or scarf or tie or whatever you have is to try and give you a little more space, a little more leverage. And now bring the leg back up to center. We're going to switch hands. So we're going to take the strap from our right hand into our left hand. We're going to extend our right arm out for balance, and we're going to bring the right leg across to the left. Now, this can be really sensitive for some of us, those who like to run and do other biking and things like that. Your IT band right here on the outer part of your leg might be really, really tight. Try and flex the ball of your foot a little bit more. If it gets to be too sensitive, bend your knee a little bit. This can be really juicy, yummy, or it can be not so pleasant. So if it's too unpleasant, please don't do it. Take a few more breaths here. See if you can roll that right hip back onto the mat, deepening that stretch. And now bring the right leg back up overhead, bend the right knee, take the scarf, towel, whatever you have off your right leg, and slowly let your right leg come down to the mat. Hopefully you feel a difference between your right side and your left side, and it's a good difference. So breathe into that, notice that. And now slide the left foot onto the mat, slide the right foot onto the mat. Draw the left knee in, interlace your fingers, place your fingers over your left shin, squeeze the knee into your chest, and rotate your left ankle in one direction. And then rotate your left ankle in the other direction. Take your strap, place it over the ball of your left foot, and start to press your left foot up and away from you using the strap. Place your arms on the ground so your arms are relaxed, holding on to the edges of the strap. Bend and straighten the left leg. Play around, see what feels good. Moving the leg around a little bit. If you can sustain the balance and you're comfortable, extend the right leg out away from you. Breathe here. Now start to climb your hands up your strap closer to your foot, deepening the stretch through the back of your leg. And now bring your chin to your chest, and maybe you lift your head up off the ground, bringing your nose closer to your knee. Breathe here. Lower your head back down. Place both straps in your left hand. Extend your right arm out and open your leg out to the left. As you open your leg, think about keeping your right hip on the ground, your right and left shoulder. You want to try and stay nice and even. You can bend and straighten the left leg. There's no rule here that the leg has to be ballerina straight. This is about getting into your hips, exploring, stretching the backs of your legs. Beautiful. And now bring the leg back up to center, switch hands, place the strap in your right hand, and bring the leg over to the right, extending your left arm open. Now this is where you can get deep into that IT band. Gently hold the leg, supporting it with the strap. And now if you don't have a strap, you can, hold your leg behind your knee or your calf, wherever. You can use a t-shirt, a dish towel. There's so many things we can improvise with. Make sure your left hip is connecting with the mat. One more breath here and then come back to center. Bring your left knee into your chest, remove the strap, place it off to the side, and then slowly extend the left leg out. Notice if the left and the right feel a little bit more aligned now. Take another long breath here. And now slide both feet onto the mat, roll onto one side, and slowly press yourself up into a seated position. I always love how nice that feels in your hips. Bring your feet into your butterfly position. Sit up nice and tall. Reach your arms out to the side into a nice T. Bring your right hand down. Lift your left arm up and over. Big side twist, side bend. And then come back to center, bringing your left hand all the way behind you. Go ahead and bring your right hand to your left knee, coming gracefully into the twist. Holding here. And then bring the left arm up, using your right hand as a little bit of a, I want to say a fulcrum, but I don't know if that's the lever. Thank you. And then come back to center, both arms out to T. I know that was getting a little fancy. Bring your left arm down, bring your right arm up and over. Notice if your right hip came up, see if you can encourage it to get closer to the floor. And then we're going to make this graceful twist, bringing our right hand behind us, left hand on our knee, and twist. Holding on to the knee, we're going to bring our right arm up and bend over to the left. And come back to center, bring both arms out. In this T position, notice if your shoulders are up by your ears, can you drop them down? Yep. And now reach a little bit side to side. Think about if you were in your warrior two and you're trying to lengthen your arms out at shoulder height, but we're a lot more stable since we're sitting down. So see if you can find that opening, find that length. And then we're going to rotate our palms up and rotate our palms back and rotate our palms up and rotate our palms back. One more time. Bring them forward, interlace your fingers, press everything away from you, round through your spine. Inhale, straighten with a little bit of an arch. It's like a cat-cow in a seated position. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Release that. Bring your hands down. Make your way into your cat-cow position. Lining your knees up under your hips, your hands up under your shoulders. You can make a little groovy moves to get here. We watched Austin Powers this weekend, so I've got some of those words stuck in my head. Drop your belly, open your heart, big inhale. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale back to neutral. Walk your hands one handprint forward. Open your heart, we're a little long. And then exhale, press back into a child's pose. Pull forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, round back to a child's pose. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round back. One more time. Getting groovy. Exhale, round back. And come to neutral. Curl your toes under. See if you can find all 10 toes in the mat. Lift your knees up one at a time, peeling yourself up, coming into your downward facing dog. Gently shift side to side. Lengthening your spine. And now lift your right leg up nice and high behind you. Draw your knee into your chest, bring it all the way forward into your low lunge. Rock back and forth in your low lunge. Lower your back knee. Inhale, bring your arms up. Breathe here. And then exhale your hands down. Gently press your hips back, coming into this half split. Go ahead and rotate or shift your weight back and forth, playing around a little bit here. And then come back to your low lunge, lift your left knee, step back to downward facing dog. Pedal this out side to side. And float the left leg up behind you, bend the left knee, bring it all the way forward, place your left foot between your hands, coming into your low lunge. Rock gently a little bit, lower your right knee, inhale up, find your balance. Breathe here. And then float your fingertips down, shift your weight back. Extend your left foot, coming into a half split. Bend and straighten the left leg. Take your time. Find some movement, find some length. And then come back into your low lunge. Step back into downward facing dog. Pedal your down dog out. Look forward at your hands, and we're going to slowly walk our way all the way up to the front of our mat, coming into our forward fold. Let our head hang heavy, reach for opposite elbows, gently sway side to side. And then release the elbows, bend the knees, press into your feet, and slowly roll up. One vertebra at a time. Head coming up last, all the way up to stand, nice and tall. So when we started class on our backs and we were trying to find the back of our head and our shoulders, see if you can do that now standing. So imagine that you're leaning up against a wall and you're finding this length and this strength. And you can kind of wobble back and forth between each foot, get your shoulders straight, and then, lose the stiffness. You still want to be a little relaxed. Beautiful. Now shift your weight onto your left foot. Interlace your fingers. Can you bring your right shin up, your right knee up? So we did this lying on our backs. Breathe here. Your left leg can have a little bit of a bend to it. Can you drop this right hip down? Yep. And now place the right foot down. And of course, you can use some furniture or the wall. Do a little shift side to side. When you're feeling good, you're going to place all the weight in your right foot. You're going to bring the left shin up, interlace those fingers, fold the left leg. Breathe here. So nice. And then we're going to place both feet down on the ground. Feel nice and grounded. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen for a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way back up to stand, palms touch overhead. Exhale your hands down by your side. We're going to do that a couple more times before we start moving too much. Inhale, bring our arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward as far as you can. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. You can bring your arms out by like airplane wings to your chest, or maybe they connect with your feet. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand all the way back up again. Exhale, palms down by your side. Last one. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. This time we're going to plant our feet, step back to plank, hold your plank. Everybody looks so good. Drop to your knees if you need to. One more breath here, and then lift your hips into your downward facing dog. Take a breath in your down dog. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest. Place it up between your hands. You're in your low lunge. You can keep your left knee lifted, or you can place it down on the floor if you need to. Otherwise, reach your arms up. High lunge. Oop, press your right big toe into the mat. Take another breath here. Open your arms into your T position. Think about lengthening, getting nice and long. Inhale, and then on your exhale, twist to the right. Beautiful. Come back to center. Bring your arms up. Exhale, float them down. Plant your hands. Plant your left hand, twist up to the right, coming into your twist. Bring both hands down. Step back to plank. Take a round of breath here. And then drop your knees. Bend your elbows, lower your chest and your chin, untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Press up through tabletop, curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest. Slide your left foot up between your hands. You can lower your right knee if you need to. Otherwise, keep your right leg lifted. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. High lunge, hold here. Open your arms into that T position. Think about extending and lengthening. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left this time. Come back to center. Reach your arms up. Exhale, float them down. Step back to plank. Exhale, knees. Lower chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down, press up through tabletop, curl your toes under, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, on your exhale, look forward at your hands and slowly walk your feet all the way up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, down by your side. I forgot the twist, but you'll all live without it, I know. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. You can stay here, you can take a vinyasa, or we can all meet in downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest. Slide your right foot up. You're in your low lunge. Make sure your right foot is really planted down. Inhale up, high lunge. Open your arms. You're in your T position. Make sure your knee is over your ankle. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right. And now this time we're going to bring our right hand to our left leg and our left arm up. Beautiful. Release that, come back to your T position, arms up overhead. Exhale, fingers down to the floor, plant your left hand, twist up to the right, lower your right hand, step back to plank. You can choose your vinyasa, so knees, chest, chin, or if you're ready, chaturanga, upward facing dog, or skip it all and we meet in downward facing dog. Float your left leg up behind you, draw your left knee in, left foot between your hands. Inhale, high lunge. Open your arms into your T position. Find that center line, that line straight up through your spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Bring your left hand to your right leg. Reach your right arm up and over behind you. Pressing into your right big toe. And then come out of that, come back to center, arms in T. Bring them up to the sky. Exhale your hands down to the ground. Plant your right hand, twist to the left. We'll stay here for an extra breath to make up for missing it on the other side. And then bring the left hand down, step back to plank, and go through your vinyasa. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Look forward at your hands and slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, palms touch overhead. And then exhale your hands down by your side. So all of February, we were working on Warrior 3. We have one more day of February left. So we're going to do a little bit more Warrior 3. We're going to start the same way we did. Shift your weight into your left foot. Lift your right knee up. Maybe you can hold on to your right thigh. From here, we're going to go into our tree position. So whether your leg is above your knee or below your knee, or maybe it's right here on the floor, you have lots of options here, use a wall, use a chair. All right. Take a few breaths in your tree, feel strong. And now bring your right knee back towards the front. So you're in your flamingo style pose, and you're going to hinge forward at the hips as you start to extend your right leg back behind you to come into Warrior 3. So every week we've done this Warrior 3, gotten there a little bit differently. Take one more breath here. And then draw the knee back in, coming back up to stand, and plant the right foot on the ground. You can shake that out. All right, let's do that again. Other side. Find a different piece of furniture. Bring your left leg up. Hold on to your left shin. Find your balance. Once you're comfortable, go ahead and make your way into your tree, whether it's your foot above or below the knee, just not on the knee. Bring your hands to your heart center. Once you feel strong and confident, draw that left knee back forward and then start to hinge at the hips. So you're keeping your spine straight as you extend the left leg back behind you, coming into your Warrior 3. Take a few breaths here. And then bring the left knee back in and plant the left foot on the floor. Go ahead and shake it out. So as we build our flow tonight, we are going to do a little bit more Warrior 3. And I can't say we'll never do Warrior 3, but we won't be so Warrior 3 next month. All right, inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. If you want, take a vinyasa here, otherwise hold plank or drop to your knees or meet us in downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Check in with your down dog. Make sure that your feet are hip distance apart, that your pointer fingers are pointing away from you. You're lengthening your arms, lifting up your hips. One more breath. And then lift your left leg up behind you. Draw the left knee into your chest. We're going to hold here for one breath, hugging our knee in, and then float the left foot up between your hands. Turn your right heel down. Press into the outer edge of your right foot. Roll on up into your warrior one, bringing your hands up above your head. Take a breath here. Straighten your front leg, adjust anything that you need to, and then sit back into your warrior one. From here, we're going to turn our torso and open our arms, coming into our warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Again, you might need to adjust your feet and then melt back into your warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. And then come back to your warrior two. We're going to pause here for a second and think about extending our arms like we did earlier. Feeling nice and long. Beautiful. Now bend your left arm, bring it to your thigh, reach your right arm up and over, side angle. So nice. Come back to warrior two. We're going to twist our back foot to come into our high lunge, facing the front of our mat. Bring your fingertips all the way down to the ground, coming into your low lunge. We're going to bring our right foot in a little bit so that we can come into a pyramid pose. So your feet are closer together. Bringing your forehead down towards your knee. And then walk your hands forward. Start to float up your back leg. Coming into a supported warrior three, both hands on the ground, right leg lifted. So your torso is parallel to the earth and your leg is parallel to the earth. Bend your front knee. Come back into the low lunge. Plant your hands. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here in down dog. You can shift side to side if that feels good. You can stay in stillness. Float the right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest. Hold here for a breath. And now bring your right foot up between your hands. Turn your left heel down. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Roll on up, bringing your arms all the way up overhead, coming into your warrior one. Straighten your front leg. And then bend back into that warrior one, making any adjustments that you need to. And then staying nice and low, open into your warrior two. Straighten your right leg, again, making adjustments as needed. And bend your right knee back down again. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two. Take a moment, think about extending your arms out. Drop your shoulders away from your ears, reach, reach, reach. And then bend your right arm, place your right thigh on your, place your right arm on your right thigh, reach your left arm up and over. Breathe here. And then we're going to come down into our low lunge. We're going to scoot our left foot in, coming into our pyramid pose. So our feet are a little bit closer together. Walk our hands forward, start to shift our weight onto our right foot, lift our left leg up. Maybe you come onto your fingertips or you're holding onto, you're stacking some blocks or something. So you want your torso and your leg parallel with the floor so you look like a T. And then bend your right knee, lower your left foot, plant your hands, step back to plank, go through your version of your vinyasa, and we will all meet in downward facing dog. So you can do knees, chest, shin. You can just take a child's pose. You can make up your own vinyasa. It's all correct. All right, from this down dog, we're gonna float our left leg up behind us. Reach that left leg up nice and straight, and then draw the left knee into your chest, coming into a plank position, drawing the left knee in, and then float the left foot up between your toes. Press your right, turn your right foot down, press into the outer edge of your right foot, and then start to roll up, coming into your warrior one. Reach your arms up into the sky. Straighten your front leg, make any adjustments that you need to your warrior one, and then sink back down. Open and twist out to your warrior two. Again, straighten your left leg. Maybe you need to adjust your feet. Bend back into your warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your left leg, coming into your peaceful triangle. Take a breath here. And then cartwheel all the way through to side angle, bringing your left arm to your left thigh, right arm over your right ear. So nice. Pause here. Come back to warrior two. We're going to turn into a high lunge. From this high lunge, we're going to come into our pyramid pose. So before we had our feet on the ground, our hands on the ground, this time we're going to shift and pull our foot forward. And then we're going to bring our hands to heart center. And now see if from here, from above, you can shift your weight into your warrior three. So before we came from below, now we're going to try and come from above. Breathe here. Hands are at heart center. Maybe they're out like airplane wings. Maybe they're holding on to something. And then bend the left knee. Lift your arms up to the sky, coming into your high lunge. Let your fingers come all the way down. Plant your hands. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Pause here. Walk it out, right to left, left to right. Lift your right leg up behind you. Extend the right leg. Feel the pull, lengthening. And then draw the right knee into your chest. Come into your plank. Hover here. Hold for a breath. Float the right foot up between your hands. Turn your left foot down. Roll on up to warrior one. Arms up overhead. Straighten your right leg. And then bend back into your warrior one. Twist open into your warrior two. Straighten your right leg if you need to adjust your feet. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten the right leg for peaceful triangle. Breathe here. And now we're going to flow all the way through to side angle, bringing your right arm to your right thigh, reaching your left arm up and over. Breathing here. Back to warrior two. Rotate on your back foot, coming into your high lunge. We're going to shift our back leg in just a little bit and then bring our hands to heart center. Come into warrior three from above. So shifting the weight, hinge forward. Whew. Little balancy. You can do it. Think about lifting your belly button up to your spine. Think about pressing down through your one leg. And then bend your right knee. Coming back down, float your fingertips down, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Pedal it out, shift the weight side to side, wiggle your hips. Float the left leg up behind you. Draw the left knee in, hold it here. Step your left foot forward, low lunge. Turn your right heel down, roll on up, warrior one. Breathe here, straighten. Exhale back into your warrior one. Twist to open into warrior two. Straighten your leg for warrior two and then sit back down. Beautiful. You're going to turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Now, from here, if you want, you can cartwheel all the way into warrior three. Otherwise, come back to warrior two and then turn into high lunge and then into warrior three. But otherwise, you can try and cartwheel all the way into a warrior three in one graceful movement. You can always break it back down. There is no need to be on the express bus if you prefer the local bus. Reach the right heel back and then bend the left knee coming back into your low lunge. Take a moment here, get your surroundings, and then step back for plank. Go through your vinyasa and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Last side. Take a breath in your down dog. Float your right leg up nice and high behind you. Lengthen and stretch. Draw the right knee into your chest. Hover here. Slide the right foot up between your hands. Turn the left heel down. Roll on up. Warrior one. Breathe here. Straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend back down. Twist and open into your warrior two. Straighten the right leg and then sit back down. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. All right, so from here, you can make that big cartwheel or you can take your time. Whee! Wasn't that fun? Holding here in your warrior three, think about leveling your hips. Reach your left leg back. Take another breath. And then bend the right knee, let the left foot come down. Pausing your low lunge. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa, and we will all meet in downward facing dog. Now from this down dog, catch your breath. We're gonna walk our feet to the middle of the mat. We're gonna walk our hands to the middle of the mat. And we're gonna bring our feet kind of into like the ballerina first position or a V shape. And then start to bend your knees, coming down into a squat. So your heels are lifted, maybe they're touching. If you can, sit up. Feels good. We're stretching our toes. It will be flip-flop season soon. I know it seems impossible, but it will. All right, so if you're really comfortable here, I'm gonna give you a little challenge to like suck it up, come up an inch, engage, find those pelvic floor muscles, get your shoulders over your hips, hover here, your thighs might be burning. Take one more breath here in this toe stand. Beautiful. And then come back down. Bring your hands to the floor. Bring your hands behind you and roll onto your bottom. Nice. Extend your legs out in front of you. You can go ahead and give them a shake. We're going to come into a wide seated position. So our legs are wherever they are going to be comfortable. See if you can find that spot again where you're sitting tall, where your shoulders are over your hips, and let your hands rest on your thighs. I have a little muscle twitch right there. All right. Take a big long inhale. Exhale everything out. We're going to reach our arms up overhead. And then if you can, hinge at your hips, letting your hands come down to the floor out in front of you. Try and keep your spine straight. Try and keep your knees pointing up to the sky, your toes pointing up to the sky. And then if you can, maybe you walk a little bit Rest, take a few breaths. And then maybe you walk your fingers like a little centimeter forward again. And you breathe. Maybe you have some blocks and you can like stack it up so you can rest your head on it. We want to slowly move into this wide-legged forward fold, taking our time, noticing the centimeters of change that we can achieve as we release the breath. So you're tense, you're worried, you release the breath, you find a little more space. Maybe you shift your hands forward just a little bit. You exhale, you find a little bit more space. Repeat that a few more times, seeing if you can find a deeper stretch through your hips. And then start to bring yourself back up slowly towards your seated position, bringing your head up over your heart up over your pelvis, your shoulders over your hips. Take a big inhale. Exhale everything out. We're going to take our right hand and place it, on our right thigh. We're going to take our left arm. We're going to reach out and up and over. So your right thigh could come, if you have the space, onto the floor. Your right arm, onto the floor in front of your right thigh. Maybe it stays on your right thigh. Maybe you reach and you hold onto your right toe with your right finger. But you want to try and keep your shoulders stacked in line with your heart. So you're not looking down at the floor this time. We are looking out away from our body. Big side stretch. And now notice if your left hip has come off the ground, maybe you need to lift up a little bit. Nice. And then come back down. It probably feels a little twisty through the torso. And again, that same, like, take a breath, exhale. See if you can find that millimeter, that centimeter of space. We're not in a rush. And then slowly come back up to center. Roll your shoulders back a few times and then forward a few times. Let your head roll, whatever feels good. Now place your left forearm on your left thigh. Reach that right arm out. Follow it up and over. And notice that this side can feel very different from the other side. Keep thinking about pressing your right hip down towards the ground. Lengthen. And breathe. Exhale, letting go of something, anything. Nice. And then come all the way back up. You're gonna roll your shoulders a little bit. Place your hands on your thighs and use your hands to sort of lift your legs, bringing them back together. They might feel a little strained from having been open nice and wide for so long. All right, plant your feet on the ground. Your knees are bent. You're going to reach your arms out past your shins, lengthen your spine. We're going to lean back just a little bit and hold here. So this is a very supported boat pose. If you're like, I have boat, then go right into it. If you want the supported version, hang out with me. So we're going to keep both feet on the ground. You can always bring your hands behind you if you need more support. Now lift just the right leg up. And place the right foot down. Lift just the left leg up. And place the left foot down. Maybe you can lift both feet up at the same time. Feel free to bring your hands down behind you and then place them back down. Sit forward if you need a quick break. Otherwise, stay here. We're going to lift the right leg up. We're going to see if we can straighten the right leg this time. Beautiful. And then place the right heel down. Lift the left leg up, straighten the left leg, and then place the left shin down. All right, both legs again, lift them, straighten them, and then place them back down. You can roll forward a little bit if you need to. Otherwise, reach those hands out. Count to 10. Roll down slowly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once you're down here, windshield wiper your legs left to right again. It always feels so good. Let's do some recline figure 4, recline pigeon. So place your feet on the ground, your toes are pointing away from you, your knees are up to the ceiling. You're going to extend your right leg up to the ceiling, straight up, and then bend your right knee, place your right ankle on your left knee. Gently press the right thigh away from you with your right hand. Feel that space that you're getting. Notice that both hips are on the mat. And then from here, start to float the left heel up off the ground. So the left shin is parallel. When you're ready, reach behind the left thigh, interlace your fingers, and start to draw the left thigh towards you. So your feet are in your legs are in a figure 4. You can use your right elbow to press your right thigh away from you to get deeper into the stretch. Now let's personalize it. So maybe you like the side to side rocking. You can try that. Maybe you like to get really deep into the right hip. So you just lean a little bit to the left, just a tiny, tiny little bit. Gets deeper into that right hip. Maybe for you, it feels good to straighten the left leg, pulling the leg closer towards you. So many things to explore. Try them all. Don't try them all. You already know which one is your favorite. Go straight to that. And then release your thigh, place your left foot on the ground, and we're gonna bring both knees over to the left, coming into a reclined twist. So open your arms into a T shape, look over your right shoulder. And take a few slow breaths here. And then bring everything back to center. Extend both legs up to the ceiling. Point and flex your feet. Feel the blood flow in the opposite direction. Place the right foot on the ground, leaving the left leg up in the sky. Bend the left knee. Place the left ankle on the right knee. Gently use your left hand to press the left knee away from you. Find that evenness in your hips. And once you're feeling stable there, float your right shin up, reach behind your right thigh, interlace your fingers, and draw the right thigh closer to your chest. Using your left elbow to press your left thigh away from you. Keep your feet active. And then go through the exploration on this side. You might like the same thing, you might like a different thing. So you can do the rock side to side. You can curl up. Maybe you lean just a little bit to the right to get deeper into that left hip. Maybe it's straightening and releasing the right leg. What felt good on one side might not feel good on the other side. So experiment, play around. What felt good yesterday might not feel good today. And then release, place your right foot on the ground, let both knees fall to the right, opening your arms, coming into a reclined twist. Looking over your left shoulder. Roll back to center, extend both legs up to the ceiling. Take a few breaths here, letting the blood flow reverse. And then hug both knees into your chest. I like to bring my knees out to my elbows and then sort of hold on to my knees and stir the pot. Maybe you prefer a happy baby or some variation of this pose where you hold on to your feet or you extend. And then from there, you're going to release everything, making your way into your Shavasana. Extending your arms away from you, extending your legs away from you. You can make a little shimmy side to side. Make sure that your head is in line with your spine, that you're feeling nice and long, nice and even. Turn your right palm up, turn your left palm up, let your feet fall out to the side. Take a big inhale. And then exhale everything out. Take another big long inhale. And maybe this exhale is an audible sigh, just everything out. Last breath. And we move into stillness. As you lay here, envision a warm wave of sunshine starting at your toes, moving slowly up your body, over your legs, over your knees, up your thighs, slowly moving up through your torso, filling you up with warm sunshine, up through your chest, your shoulders, your neck, all the way to the top of your head. And then it crests and rolls all the way back down, letting your body melt into your mat as we move into quiet stillness for the next few minutes. Start to deepen your breath. Maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes. Let your head rock side to side. Drop your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Reach your arms up overhead like you're taking a big good morning stretch. And then draw your knees into your chest. Make your way onto one side. Pause here, let your body adjust from being on its back to its side. And then when you're ready, slowly press yourself back up to a seated position. And of course, if you're at home, you're more than welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you want. Bring your hands to your heart center. If it's comfortable for you, gently bow your head. Thank yourself for taking this hour to practice, to pay attention, to be mindful of how you're feeling. I thank you for letting me lead you through this practice tonight, and I hope to see you all soon. Namaste.